Hey, friends and family, welcome to winter in Alaska. I've gotten so many questions on what we do in the wintertime living in Alaska because, for the most part, there is snow on the ground from October to April. So, what do avid fly fishermen do when the lakes are frozen and it's anywhere between 20 and -2? Well, we hibernate and tie flies and travel when we can, do some woodworking, and when the conditions are right, we ice fish, which is what we're going to be doing today in this video. I've re-recorded this video a few times now because more than discussing our time in Panama, it's been hard to talk about what we typically do in the wintertime. We honestly haven't found a rhythm to this time of year yet. It's been a little different each season for us, and we never get as much done as we think we're going to. The days are always short. The darkness fluctuates from 4 hours in December to the normal 7 to 8 now in February, and the snow is always on the ground a little bit longer than we expect. At least it always seems that way. This winter season was different from the last because we hardly got any snow at all, and the temperatures fluctuated so wildly from November to January that we weren't sure we would be able to ice fish at all. When we decided to get out on the water like we are now, it was quite the treat, and we were rewarded with our efforts. Once we were through the ice, we tested the spot we were at by dropping a line down with a bait to see if there were any fish, and of course you can see there absolutely was. It didn't take us long at all to get into fish. This particular lake is stocked very regularly in the summer and fall with trout and Arctic char, so we knew that there would be fish. It was just a matter of finding a spot where they would be consistently. The biggest thing I appreciate about ice fishing is that it can be so low-key. It can be easy. It's bait fishing at its finest, essentially. We're using any combination of small spoons, plastic jigs, and night crawlers or mealworms. So if you do decide to go ice fishing and it's your first time, a good tip is not to leave the bait in the truck overnight like I did. Frozen night crawlers are really hard to use. Don't ask me how I know, but they still work. They don't work as well, but they definitely still work. And of course, the food. I mean, when you're ice fishing, you have to have food and drinks and stay warm. This was my first time with a snackle box, so I feel like it was a success. As soon as we stepped out of the tent, though, everything got frozen, as you can see with my hair. But it was just a beautiful day out on the ice. It was bluebird skies. The dogs had a great time, we had a great time, and all of these shots were just absolutely beautiful. Like I said, clear skies. Something that I love about Alaska in the wintertime is days like this. There are so many days where it's cold and it's clear and it's just absolutely beautiful. It's not uncommon to see 100, 200 miles because it's so clear and cold, and it's just absolutely stunning. And when it's like this at night, depending on where you are, you can see the northern lights, which is always such a treat. Overall, it was just an excellent day on the water and a really great way to get out of the house when you're feeling like you're really cramped up and you have cabin fever and you haven't been out on the water for a long time, which is eventually what we feel like in February and March when the snow's been on the ground and we haven't been able to get out as much. This year has been, like I said, really weird because we haven't gotten a lot of snow, but thankfully we've made it through, and looking forward to some more adventures out on the water, out on the ice, and sharing it with you all. We'll catch you in the next one.